Hi, I'm Merle Ginsberg. I'm the fashion editor here at Entity. We're going to talk about Golden Globe fashion today. And I don't want to sound immodest, but I'm probably the world's expert on this subject, having covered it since the early 90s for Women's Wear Daily, W, The Hollywood Reporter. So let's take a look at the most fashionable nominees and speculate on what they're going to be wearing in the red carpet. So let's talk about Natalie Portman, who's nominated for Golden Globe for Best Actress in Jackie. She's very, very pregnant, which is really charming and interesting because when she went through an entire award season for Black Swan and she won every award, she was also pregnant. So all her awards pictures are going to be Natalie Portman pregnant, which will be a great thing to show to her children. But meanwhile, for the Critics' Choice Award this year, she wore this kind of giant black and red beaded cape dress by Alexander McQueen and got a lot of criticism. I thought it was beautiful and unusual. I think as a result of this criticism, she wore to the Palm Springs Gala a black sort of tent dress with a halter neck over sheer sleeves, very modest and lovely, by Dior, where she has a cosmetics contract, so it makes a lot of sense. So another very glamorous Golden Globe nominee for Best Actress in a Drama, because the Golden Globes has myriad categories, is Amy Adams. And her stylist, Petra Flannery, who is considered to be pretty much the best stylist in the business, also dresses Emma Stone, Claire Danes, has been putting her in very sexy, svelte looks. Amy used to wear kind of more ball gown. Her style was very inconsistent. The minute she started working with Petra, she's been looking really sterling. And she wore to the Palm Springs Gala a beautiful Altuzarra, Joseph Altuzarra, designer in New York, floral gown that had larger floral on the top with a V-neck and then smaller floral on the bottom. And this is a bit of a trend we're seeing this season, where one half of the gown is one thing and the other half is a flattering other thing, and they're connected. So that's a trend we should be looking for. I think Amy's going to go pretty sexy, off the shoulders, streamlined. And here's another tip. She stars in Tom Ford's Nocturnal Animals, not the movie she's nominated for. That's Arrival. And I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't wearing some amazing Tom Ford creation that he makes for her. So RUTH NEGGA is an actress we're a bit unfamiliar with on the red carpet. She really broke out in the movie Loving, and her category is Drama Golden Globe. And she is a very chic woman. We just started to see her when she was promoting Loving. She wore Chanel, Rodarte, fabulous labels. She's one of the best stylists in the business, who's also known for being avant-garde and quirky, which is Carla Welch, who dresses Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. And Ruth is on the cover of Vogue for January, and she has beautiful short hair and gorgeous red lips, and she really stands out in the red carpet. I think she's going to be a real star at the Globes. And at the Palm Springs Gala, she wore, in my opinion, the most beautiful dress, which was a pale smoke gray Valentino gown, strapless, with a V-neck, a soft skirt with multi-layers, very diaphanous and a bit sheer, with incredible embroidery. It was kind of this gorgeous fairy tale dress, and I am really looking forward to seeing her because I think this is her breakout kind of new fashion star moment. So one of our favorite fashion stars, who's an actress, is Emma Stone, one of the chicest young ladies in the film business. And she is nominated for Best Actress in a Musical, which is, of course, La La Land. Probably will win because there are two categories. There's drama and there's musical comedy. So in musical comedy, she's the standout. Now, at the Critics' Choice Awards, she wore a black, very chic, kind of sexy Roland Mouret gown that had cutouts at the waist, so a fair amount of skin, but she's always more gamine than sexy. She's always like fresh. She's dressed by Petra Flannery, who I already talked about, who's the best stylist in the business. And Emma likes black. She's been known to wear a lot of black with like sheer skirts. There's always something interesting and a little avant-garde about the way she dresses. Now, my assumption is that because she wore black to the Critics' Choice, very, very simple and stark, that she's going to wear color. Something offbeat, unusual. She used to love Lanvin when Albert Elbaz was designing it, but he isn't anymore. So it'll be interesting to see if she wears Dior or Valentino or Chanel or Givenchy. These are the top European houses that make evening wear. She's been known to wear very chic pants, so anything could go. So one of my favorite actresses who I've interviewed for a million cover stories is Nicole Kidman, and she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress in Lion. And of course, Nicole is one of the most fashionable women in the world. And what I really love about Nicole is that she never wears the same kind of look twice. At the Critics' Choice Awards, she wore red lipstick, her hair very tightly pulled back in this very sexy Brandon Maxwell, simple black off-the-shoulder, very sexy gown. To the Palm Springs Gala this week, she wore a Dior gown, and of course Dior has a new designer from Valentino, Maria Grazia Chiuri, so it's very prestigious to wear Dior now. And Nicole wore this incredible frothy champagne-colored gown, strapless with a V-neck, very fairy tale, champagne-colored with little embroidery and beads on it, very girly, and she wore her hair very loose and wavy and girly. So she's always a surprise. She could wear color, she could wear black, she could wear something frothy, she could wear something very simple and sexy, but it will always be interesting. So why are we bothering to preview the Golden Globe fashion? I will tell you why. Because the Golden Globes has become the most fashionable award show in the whole season, over Emmys, Screen Actors Guild, yes, even the Oscars. And the reason being is that it's the first big show of the year where you have television and film, and a lot of categories. It means everybody shows up. We didn't even talk about the presenters. They're star-studded as well. So it's a fashion extravaganza. It's the first time in 2017 designers can showcase their next looks, meaning spring 2017, even fall 2017, because they're going to show those collections in February. And the Oscars is risky in terms of fashion. It's much more stately, historical, statuesque, and classic, where the Golden Globes, everybody drinks, they call it the party of the year, and the fashion goes with the idea of the party of the year.